Alright, can you hear your voice?
Hi.
Hello, Trace. I know! Can you hear your voice? No? Okay.
Huh? Hold on! It's the Adept guy! What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Leland? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against... So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop
Stop
that
yelling!
war?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the Guardians of Lilith. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? What wishes to witness?
Looks like I went too far. A touch of frost.
Crumble apart!
My work finished.
Let's move.
Nice and spicy!
This.
Spirit Blade! Attack!
is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Nice and spicy.
Rain outlines your face.
Ancient gods attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't help!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time in Julian Cart. Wow, it's Madame Ping's shockwave. This granny's really strong. Ha!
Rain cutter. Time to act.
My work. Finished.
Oh god.
I cannot...
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War. So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
My name
Very
means
good.
swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
From whence you came!
Over here! Shade! Look at me. Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak!
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Attack! Swift and merciful!
Witness the power of Gua.
Submit for judgment!
Crumble apart! Eat this!
Guess that's in this quickly. This isn't good.
Look at me!
No, my sword! Levitatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace!
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Oh my god. I know this part.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
Shut up.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Wow. Wow. That was great. Oh. Oh. What? What happened?
Huh?
Talking to me. I'm talking to myself.
I know.
In the TV.
Hey. Just, hey, if you jump out, you need to jump out on this side 'cause I got floors.
I'm
made
sorry,
for
I'm
you.
excited.
Oh, how far we gotta go?
I'll give him almond
We got a
tofu
little ways to go.
for free.
Is it?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a bit seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Li.
Well, I was really hoping you would say that's... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today.
Oh?
3,700 years. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. But that does not mean that the Liyue of... Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply...
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence and...
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story. The Animal Archon sought to quell this.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height, as Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an...
All right, all right. Didn't Ning...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the military. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, although I am a mere mortal soul...
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please, come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to... Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard...
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yeah.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, but how will we ensure...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry.
Looks like the conflict between... Oh, right! It's nice that Child wanted to unleash the god, so he could... But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhang Li's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.